The pupils of My Hero Academia's Class 1A all have unique and original quirks that make them hero material, whether they be offensive, defensive, strategic, or supportive. And one of the best things about the show is how delightfully strange and silly most of these abilities are. But what are the very best and worst of the Class 1A quirks?
Wait, remind me what your quirks are again.
Let's take a look. Remember, this list is a ranking of quirks, how useful, practical, and heroic they actually are. It's not a list of best characters by personality or appearance, though that does often go hand in hand with the quirks. Let's go!
Could you slow down a minute?
Coming in at number 20, MASHIRAO OJIRO. OJIRO's quirk is having a very strong tail. That's it. But it's an impressive tail, I guess. It gives him added endurance, strength, fighting skills, and agility. But again, that's it. At number 19, MEZO SHOJI. MEZO is a big, strong man who can duplicate parts of his face, mouth, ears, eyes, all at the tips of his tentacles. I mean, haven't we all wished for another mouth? No? I didn't think so. He can also glide, which is cool, I guess, if you like gliding. At number 18, YUGA AOYAMA. YUGA has a naval laser. Now, just imagine Cyclops and his optical laser beam blasts, only it looks a lot more weird since it's shooting right out of his belly. Yeah, that's Yuga. His hero's name is Can't Stop Twinkling, which is probably the weirdest thing about him, aside from his quirk that gives him a debilitating stomachache. Man, it's a belly laser after all. Ha!
Shooting my beautiful beam for more than a second hurts my tummy.
Number 17 is RIKITO SATO. Not only does Sato have a very criminally underdeveloped personality as a member of Class 1A, he also has a pretty underwhelming quirk. By eating a lot of sugar, he can exhibit super strength for a few minutes. It's similar to a 3-year-old hopped up on a bowl of sugary cereal. Come on, RIKITO. Number 16 is KYOKA JIRO. KYOKA's quirk is a bit of an earful. See what I did there? Yeah. She has earphone jacks that hang from her earlobes, which she plugs into objects and channels the sound of her heartbeat into them. Not the coolest quirk, but at least it'd be easy for her to pass the aux cord. She's got 2 of them hanging from her earlobes. How many do you have?
We're done here.
At number 15, KODA. KODA is the heart of Class 1A in many ways. Having the ability to call on and command any animal is a fantastic quirk to have. But it's not higher up on the list simply because, well, it can't stand up against some of the more high-level heroes in Class 1A. Can't tell you who they are just yet. Number 14 on the list is HANTA SERO. Just imagine if Spider-Man built web launchers for his forearms. It's kinda impractical, but highly effective. Now, tape is the kind of silly and campy superpower that I wish we saw more of. And the fact that SERO has these strange action figure elbows for whatever reason is a weird quirk in and of itself. Number 13, MINA ASHIDO. ASHIDO's appearance is utterly adorable. Her quirk, however, isn't much heroic, but you've got to admit, it's a limited skill to have. Yeah. There are definitely situations where excreting corrosive acid could be useful, although we do admit she is waifu material, just not her quirk. It's not. No. Number 12, MOMO YAOYOROZU.
You're looking a little overexposed right now.
I can make some new clothes.
MOMO YAOYOROZU, her quirk creation.
MOMO is a decent character, but thanks to her costume and how her powers manifest, she is also a sad excuse for fan service. And her quirk is one that's generally underused and underwhelming. Sorry, MOMO. At least she's not creepy like this MOMO. Ugh. At number 11, we have MINORU MINETA. Mineta's quirk allows him to pull sticky balls from his head, which is a bit silly, I know. But it's rather fitting, given his perverted nature. The man also wears a diaper in his hero outfit. I like my anime to have a little silliness injected into it, so we had to put him somewhere on this list.
I had a good poop this morning, which makes my balls stickier.
Coming in at number 10, DENKI KAMINARI. Electrification is a skill that we've seen numerous times before in superhero comics. It's always cool. KAMINARI skills aren't as silly as the quirks you'll see further down in this list. But don't be fooled, because they're not particularly cool, exciting, or electrifying, which is exactly what this one is. Number 9. EIJIRO KIRISHIMA. Hardening is a staple skill in a lot of superhero fiction and Pokemon. It's a useful support skill and one that allows its user some fantastic strength and defensive skills. But it's not all that interesting, especially as we've seen EIJIRO go head-to-head against another hero with an identical quirk during the tournament arc in Season 2. It was like watching two Metapods go up against each other.
Maximum hardness, Metapod!
Yeah, that ain't it, Chief. Number 8. Tenya Ida. Ida is both the father of the group and the comic relief character. He's well written with some surprising depth of character, and we're rooting for him to get all the happiness he deserves. But his quirk is certainly not as strong or as useful as the ones we've previously mentioned. Nor is his quirk half as ridiculous as one of the ones we're about to name next. Check this out. Number 7. TOORU HAGAKURE. TOORU is an underrated and underutilized character in the class of 1A. Invisibility is always and forever a useful skill to have, especially when it comes to saving people and facing foes in a more strategic fashion. Metal Gear Solid, anyone?
I'm under enemy.
Okay, maybe not as ridiculous as I may have painted it out to be. It's actually pretty awesome. And at number 6, IZUKU MIDORIYA. Finally, our hero shows up. Deku's strength-based powers are not the best, nor are they the worst. One for All awards him some very impressive strength that allows him to go toe-to-toe with some of the strongest foes out there and come out on top. But they're not all that exciting or diverse, but at least he gets to smash. Detroit Dodo Smash! Number 5. OCHACKO URARAKA. URARAKA is pretty damn adorable, and her quirk is nothing to be laughed at. They're defensive and supportive powers, not your typical explosive or destructive affair. She will often be placed in situations where she has to disarm a dangerous foe and defend those in peril. Her zero-gravity powers can do exactly that. At first glance, it seems very inoffensive, but remember, she's a hero. Number 4. Fumikage Tokoyami. Now, we don't see enough creative use of shadows in superpowered books and shows. There's so much potential in them. So it's really cool to see My Hero Academia take a character, one who inexplicably looks like a raven, and gives him a battle partner with its own consciousness. Also, the ability to fight and defend. Number 3. Tsuyu Asui. What's so damn awesome about Tsuyu is how she takes the power of a creepy and villainous X-Men character, Toad, and shows how adorable and clever it can be. Tsuyu is less about what she can create and more about what her body is capable of. And when it comes to having powers that can save people from dangerous situations, especially accidents and disasters, well, her powers are the most versatile. And coming in at number 2, Katsuki Bakugo. Bakugo is the Naruto of My Hero Academia, a hot-headed kid with a massive chip on his shoulder. Suitably, his quirk is the power to ignite nitroglycerin, which he secretes like sweat, causing massive explosions, which he can then use offensively and for awesome maneuverability. It's a reckless and potentially dangerous quirk, but a very powerful one to have in a head-to-head fight. And coming in at number 1, Mr. Hot, Mr. Cold, Shoto Todoroki. Todoroki, the result of a strategic pairing between his number 2 ranked hero father and his ice-powered mother, can create and control ice and fire in equal measure. We've seen both powers most famously in the X-Men comics for decades, but Todoroki has the best of both worlds. While these powers aren't all that strange or original, the show has proven time and time again how diverse they can be, making Todoroki the strongest member of Class 1A, at least as it stands right now. And that's our ranking of Class 1A's quirks. Which is your favorite quirk and why? Sound off in the comment section down below. And for more on anime, keep it right here on IGN.